Have you ever felt it? That dull haze after hours online, the struggle to focus, the lingering sense of mental exhaustion. It's not just fatigue. In the relentless hum of our digital world, a new phenomenon is taking hold, a silent erosion of our cognitive landscape. Welcome, MindExplorers, to the age of brain rot. While the term brain rot might sound dramatic, emerging from internet slang, it points to a very real and growing concern among neuroscientists and psychologists. It's not a medical diagnosis, but a descriptor for the cognitive and behavioral consequences of prolonged, often passive, consumption of low-quality, high-stimulation digital content. Think endless TikTok scrolls, meme binges, or passively watching hours of shallow videos on platforms designed to maximize engagement. The symptoms are increasingly common. A diminished attention span that struggles with anything longer than a few seconds, difficulty concentrating on complex tasks, reduced critical thinking skills, increased mental fatigue even after minimal intellectual effort, and a pervasive sense of apathy or disinterest in offline activities. It's as if our minds are becoming accustomed to constant, instant gratification, making anything less stimulating feel unbearably boring. But what's truly happening inside our brains when we succumb to this digital deluge? The answer lies partly in our ancient dopamine reward system and the sophisticated design of digital algorithms. Our brains are inherently wired for novelty and reward. Every notification, every new post, every fleeting like or share triggers a small, potent burst of dopamine, our brain's feel-good chemical messenger. This creates a powerful, often subconscious feedback loop that compels us to seek more. Digital platforms are not merely tools, they are meticulously engineered environments designed to exploit this wiring. They feed us an endless stream of easily digestible, highly stimulating content, particularly short-form videos and rapidly changing feeds, constantly resetting our dopamine baseline. This continuous, low-effort stimulation overactivates our reward system, pushing our brains to crave more and more intense hits, much like an addiction cycle. This constant craving for superficial novelty leads to what neuroscientists call attention erosion. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive functions like decision-making, planning, and sustained attention, becomes less efficient. Our ability to maintain focus, to engage in deep work, or to tolerate periods of boredom, which paradoxically is crucial for fostering creativity, introspection, and problem-solving, begins to degrade rapidly. It's like a finely tuned muscle that atrophies from disuse, while other parts of the brain become overstimulated and exhausted. In our previous episode, we explored how AI acts as a digital mirror, reflecting and shaping our self-perception. But when that mirror is constantly reflecting fragmented, hyper-stimulating, and often superficial content curated by algorithms, what does it do to our inner landscape and sense of self? Brain rot isn't just about attention. It profoundly affects our sense of identity and our capacity for emotional regulation. When our default state is rapid content consumption, we lose touch with the slower, more nuanced processes of introspection and genuine emotional processing. We might find ourselves increasingly agitated, anxious, or unable to sit with our own thoughts, constantly reaching for the next distraction. The incessant external stimulation prevents us from truly connecting with our internal world, leading to a shallow emotional life. Furthermore, the carefully curated, often unrealistic portrayals of life online can severely distort our perception of reality, leading to feelings of inadequacy, pervasive FOMO, fear of missing out, and a chronic sense of comparison. The digital stream, initially designed to connect us, can inadvertently leave us feeling more isolated, discontent, and detached from authentic human experiences. The effects of brain rot extend far beyond mere attention deficits. Over time, this pattern of digital engagement can have profound long-term consequences on our cognitive abilities and overall well-being. Our memory formation can suffer. Without sufficient time for quiet reflection and consolidation, new information struggles to transition from short-term to long-term memory. Decision-making can become more impulsive as the brain grows accustomed to instant gratification and struggles with the deliberate, thoughtful processes required for complex choices. Even our creativity and problem-solving abilities are undermined, as these often require periods of mind-wandering and boredom. states that are aggressively eliminated by constant digital input. In essence, brain rot threatens to reshape our brains in ways that prioritize speed and superficiality over depth and sustained engagement, impacting our capacity for learning, innovation, and genuine human connection. It's a critical challenge for the digital age. So how do we actively combat brain rot and reclaim our cognitive vitality in this hyper-connected world? It begins with intentionality, consciously choosing to be active architects of our digital experience, rather than passive consumers at the mercy of algorithms. Implement digital detox and set clear boundaries. Regularly schedule specific times or days for complete disconnection from screens. Even starting with 30-minute no-phone zones or dedicating one day a week to digital minimalism can help reset your dopamine receptors and restore mental clarity. Practice mindful consumption. Before engaging with content, pause and ask yourself, is this enriching me? Is it contributing to my knowledge, fostering genuine connection, or providing meaningful entertainment? Actively seek out high-quality content that stimulates deeper thought and learning, rather than just passive scrolling. Prioritize active engagement over passive scrolling. Shift your digital habits from passively consuming to actively creating, learning, or interacting meaningfully. Write, code, design, or engage in thoughtful discussions online. Use digital tools to build, not just to browse. Schedule dedicated deep work sessions. Identify tasks that require sustained focus and schedule specific, uninterrupted blocks of time for them. During these periods, eliminate all digital distractions by turning off notifications and closing unnecessary tabs. Train your attention like a muscle, incrementally increasing its endurance. Embrace and seek out boredom. Resist the immediate urge to fill every quiet moment with a screen. Allow yourself to experience boredom. This is often when your mind wanders, innovates, consolidates memories, and sparks creativity. Carry a book or journal instead of always reaching for your phone. Reconnect with the real world. Deliberately engage in offline activities that stimulate different parts of your brain and senses. Read physical books, spend extended time in nature, pursue hands-on hobbies, cultivate face-to-face conversations, or engage in physical activity. These activities ground us and provide a rich tapestry of sensory input that digital screens cannot replicate. Curate your digital environment. Be ruthless in decluttering your digital space. Unfollow accounts that cause anxiety or comparison, unsubscribe from irrelevant newsletters, and use apps that help manage screen time or block distracting websites. Our brains are incredibly adaptable, capable of profound change. Just as they can be inadvertently rewired by constant digital stimulation, they can also be consciously rewired towards greater focus, deeper thought, and richer, more meaningful experiences. Think of your mind as a garden. If you only tend to the flashy, fast-growing weeds of fleeting digital content, the vibrant, deeply rooted plants of wisdom, creativity, and deep connection will wither. By understanding the mechanisms of brain rot and consciously choosing how we engage with technology, we can cultivate a healthier, more resilient mind, one that thrives on depth and purpose. It's not about abandoning the digital world entirely, but about mastering our relationship with it, ensuring that technology serves us, empowers our minds, and enhances our lives, rather than enslaving our attention. What are your strategies for combating digital overload and protecting your mind? Share your insights and experiences in the comments below. If you found this exploration valuable, hit that like button, subscribe to MindExplorers, and ring the notification bell to continue our journey into the fascinating landscape of the human mind.